Today I'm going to be making a geode art piece. First thing you're going to need to do is put on some gloves. The next thing you'll need is a respirator mask. It's very important when working with resin to wear one of these. Now I'm going to take my Artworks resin part A. This is a 2-part resin. So I'm going to be pouring some into a plastic cup. Now I'm going to grab my Artworks resin part B. This is the hardener. You want to pour that in a cup in the same exact amount as you poured of part A. It's got to be equal parts. Now you go ahead and you dump part A and part B into a larger mixing cup, and you're going to mix it thoroughly, scraping the sides and the bottom for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, now that I have all the resin mixed, I have separate cups here that I put some colored pigment powder and some liquid acrylic ink into some, and I'm just going to be mixing up the colors that I'm going to be using of white, an aqua, a green, a black. Also, I'm going to be mixing up a gold and a dark navy blue. Now I have a bag of gold leaf shavings that are left over from my last project, so I'm just going to dump those into the black resin. Okay, now that I have everything set up, I'm going to go ahead and just start pouring my resin out. I don't really have a particular pattern in mind. I'm just basically going with the flow here. After I pour it out, I usually just take my stick and flatten it out or shape the design better, however I see fit. Now here I'm just pouring some clear resin right next to my black line. When you pour the clear resin next to a color, sometimes it makes some really cool effects and it makes it spider out and create cells. Now I'm going to be pouring on the white, just randomly putting that, no particular pattern. Now I'm just going to grab my butane torch and very quickly move fast, go back and forth to pop any of the air bubbles that may be in the resin. Now I'm going to grab some spray paint. This does some really cool effects when you spray it on top of the resin. I have 4 different colors here I'm going to be just randomly spraying on. Now I'm going to take my butane torch again and just quickly go over it, popping any air bubbles. Also, the flame when it hits the spray paint also creates some cool cell effects. Here I have a little spray bottle with some rubbing alcohol in it. I'm just going to randomly spray it in a few spots, and you can immediately see the white cells appearing. That's a cool effect you can get with the rubbing alcohol. Now I'm going to take some of this purplish navy blue and just pour some of this on. Now I have this emerald green that I mixed up, and I'm just pouring this on, but if you watch till the end, you'll see that I decided I did not like this color, so I ended up covering it up with some shell pieces. Now I'm going to take my gold resin and just pour some of this on. Now again, I'm taking my butane torch and I'm just going to hold the heat onto that gold that I just poured. What it does is when it heats up, it disperses the gold and it makes an amazing effect. Now I'm going to take a popsicle stick and I'm just going to run it through the resin that's already on there just to get it mixed up and swirled around a little bit. I wasn't really liking the emerald green color that I poured, so I have some of these crushed blue seashell chips that I'm going to be just sprinkling over that green to try to cover it up a little bit. And now I'm just adding some crushed mirror glass over to this section. I just feel like it needed something on this end. And this is the final piece, all dried and in the sun. I love the way the gold reflects in the sunlight. As you can see, you can get very many cool effects from using different things like rubbing alcohol and spray paint and just swirling it around with a popsicle stick or hitting it with the torch. I hope you enjoyed my video tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.